Shout out to our sponsor, Loot Anime, the monthly subscription that sends you tons of stuff from your favorite anime and manga franchises.
Sign up and use the discount code THEKNOW to save $3. Hurry though, the last 3 months have sold out and this one's getting close to.
Hoo-yah! Welcome to the Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Ryan Haywood.
Grab your wallets, everyone, and prepare to shell out some cash to Uncle Gabe.
Valve once more. Valve and HTC's VR headset, the Vive, has a price point, and it's going to set you back a little bit.
A fair, worthy offering to our Lord Gaben. This weekend, we're leaked out ahead of an announcement today that the Vive is going to be a whopping $799. HTC's new VR experience will start shipping in early April. Some rumors place this as early as April 1st, and will be available for pre-order on February 29th.
And now that we know exactly how much we can expect to pay for the Vive, it finally feels like the VR wars are underway. Either way, it's going to cost you a pretty penny, plus 100,000 more pennies of varying aesthetic appeal. Throw in a PC, a new house for the recommended play area, a new TV when you inevitably knock over the one that you own. That all kind of adds up.
If you haven't already decided which VR pit to hurl your money into, we wanted to give you a breakdown of both headsets to help you decide specs, price, release dates, features, and also whether or not VR will help you stop crying yourself to sleep at night.
Heads up. Neither one.
Ryan will. The first and most obvious feature to talk about is price. While Vive is going to run you a cool $799, the Oculus Rift is going to be a fair bit cheaper in comparison at $599. If that seems like it makes the decision cut and dry, you might want to consider the experience that each machine offers.
Well, since Rifts were available for pre-order, we've known that the headsets would include the Rift itself, a sensor, an Xbox One controller, and 2 games, Eve Valkyrie and Lucky's Tale.
What's not included in that list is the Rift Touch controller, which still doesn't have an official release date or price. If it's $100 or more, it doesn't make the difference in price all that much. In addition, the sensor that comes with the Rift is primarily for tracking head movement, which is what makes the big difference in price and overall function of both of those devices.
Though Palmer Luckey insists that it will do room scale. He's done several tests, though he hasn't really shared that video data.
Well, that's Lucky's Tale.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Sorry.
Vive, on the other hand, is going to look a bit different out of the box. In addition to the headset and 2 games, Job Simulator and Fantastic Contraption, both of which are very fun.
Job Simulator? How could I go wrong?
In this case, it will also ship with 2 hand-tracking wireless controllers, plus 2 sensors for tracking body movements.
Now, these sensors are the key difference between the experience of the 2 headsets. The Rift is really meant to be played sitting down on your couch with a traditional controller in hand, while the Vive is meant for a 15 by 15 area in your living room. You thought Kinect was bad? Welcome to Vive.
Whether or not you prefer one experience to the other, the latter is going to be more expensive, but some would argue that it represents a more full, robust jump into VR, as opposed to like a hybrid of old school and new school, which the Oculus is going for with the Rift out of the box.
And really, when you consider that the Vive also has a front-facing camera to help you map your space better and to hopefully stop you from destroying your entire living room like a blind lumbering Godzilla, it's a wonder that it came in at $799 really. Many analysts were expecting a price as high as $1,000.
If you're hoping that the PC requirements might help you make a better decision, sorry, think again. We don't know what the prices of Vive bundles will be yet, but considering the final recommended specs for both headsets are nearly identical, you can expect bundled VR-ready PCs to run about the same for either one.
Now, right now, both headsets recommend identical video cards and processors. The only difference is that the Vive recommends 4 gigabytes of RAM, while Rift recommends 8 gigabytes. Not exactly a $200 difference maker. It's rare to get a new PC with 4 gigabytes anyway.
Just go buy 16. Really, it's cheap. Just do it. And really, that's actually the common theme with both headsets in terms of the rest of their specs. They both offer identical resolutions of 2160 by 1200 or 1080 by 1200 per eye, running at about 90 frames per second if you pay for the rest of the computer. It is, however, said that the Vive's field of view is slightly taller compared to the Rift.
And now that we know Vive is launching in early April, that really only puts the devices a few weeks apart from one another in terms of launch date.
However, Rifts are backordered at this point, with the earliest possible shipping date set for July. So technically, if you pre-order a Vive next week, you could be getting it a few months earlier than if you would a Rift.
Is this where you brag because you got a really early release date on Vive?
I would never do that.
It seems like even if you did pre-order a Rift early enough, you might not get it in time. There have been reports today of a number of pre-order cancellations by Oculus with no explanation given to customers.
Canceled shipments. Love the smell of new generations. This highlights one advantage that some have been giving to HTC since the company already has experience manufacturing hardware on such a large scale. They're more equipped to handle launch events and mass production.
But in the end, it's always going to come down to software, and Rift seems to have the edge, for now at least. Right now, there are about 70 games that will be available in Rift's launch window, with about 12 games available in Vive's.
5.
12. That's a big difference.
Part of this disparity comes from the fact that Oculus has had development kits out since 2013, so they've had a pretty big head start.
Add that to the fact that Oculus Studios is itself backing a number of games, which is going to lead some pretty major titles for the Rift in comparison. Rock Band VR, Chronos, The Climb, and Edge of Nowhere are a few standout titles.
Keep in mind that Vive is also made by Valve, who has the know-how and experience when it comes to creating a killer platform for your games. What's actually more interesting for both headsets right now are the non-gaming applications, which has a lot to do with who's backing each one.
Vive, courtesy of HTC, is going to have phone and text message integration, so you can answer calls, send texts, or check your schedule without leaving the VR experience. You can look like an idiot the whole time. This should open up a lot of really cool mobile applications long term, and will also enable you to wear it until you die.
If only.
You can be like the lady that stayed on the couch too long until her skin grew into it.
I don't know what that means, and I'm terrified of looking it up.
Oh yeah, it happened.
Meanwhile, Rift, backed by Facebook, will more than likely have some amazing social features when you consider how much money the social network has invested in content, plus Zuckerberg's insistence that VR is not just a social platform, but the way we'll all interact with one another in the future. Really, the sky's the limit. Or not the actual sky, but probably some kind of like digital skybox sort of approximation.
You can poke this guy. We're never going outside again. Like most new tech, the pros and cons aren't completely clear. The Vive does cost quite a bit more, but also includes the official controller and has a bit more of a premium experience for VR with area mapping and phone integration.
The Rift, on the other hand, is the one with all the games in the near future, which just might be the difference maker when added to the lower price. Only time will tell which of these two really connects with consumers in a major way.
But of course, the only thing that matters is which machine lets you play Half-Life 3, which is neither.
Yeah, probably not. Since that game is actually never coming out, ever. Sorry, Internet, hate to break it to you. What do you guys think of the new details for the HTC Vive? Which headset would you rather own? What body part would you sell to get into VR? Kidneys. Maybe liver. They grow back.
Livers grow back?
Yeah. You can donate half your liver and be fine. It grows back in about 6 months.
We're part worm. For all the latest in VR gear news, remember to like this video and subscribe to The Know. If you're into anime and manga, you should check out our sponsor, Loot Anime. For $24.95 a month, they'll send you over $60 worth of super cool stuff, from wearables to figures and more, for all your favorite franchises.
So to get $3 off, go to lootcrate.com/theknow and use discount code THEKNOW.
Might want to hurry though. They sold out for the last 3 months, and they told us they're getting kind of close on this one too. So if you want to get it, maybe don't wait.